Welcome to my sister's prom hair tutorial. We started off with freshly blow-dried and brushed hair, and I just went over the top so that it's not too frizzy with a straightener. Next, I sectioned off her hair and began curling away from her face. This is important because it gives a neater look, so you want to curl inwards from the right side and from the left side. I'm using a curling wand that is about 1.5 inches at the base and it goes to 1 inch at the ends. The most important thing with this is if you want curls that actually have a little bit of shape at the top, you have to hold the top part longer than the bottom because it is a lot wider and the hair might not take the curl. Next, I spray the section that I just finished curling. My favorite hairspray to use is by L'Oreal. It's the Elinette hairspray. For this, a wide tooth comb would have been ideal, but I like to brush out the ends. That way the curls aren't as tight and formed, and it just flows a lot better and looks a lot looser and wavier. I don't want anyone to fall asleep watching this, so I fast forwarded some parts and some parts I just left out. It's just me curling her hair. You can see the importance of curling away from the face while I'm doing the front pieces. Next, I took all her front layers and I braided them towards the back. Once I was done braiding, I began to loosen the braid from the bottom up, just like loosening a shoelace. For this part, you're going to see a pin in her hair. That's because I teased the top part of her hair and I was going to cover it with the braids, but she didn't want a big poof, so we ended up taking out the pin. In this part, what you're essentially doing is tying the two braids together. So I held the middle part while I looped over each side through the hair and into the bottom. I did this a couple of times and then just pinned it down. Don't forget to take out the elastics. To avoid flyaways, I hairsprayed the top of her head and just brushed it down and flattened it a little bit with my hand. I didn't show this part, but it's definitely a must. I added the flowers as a finishing touch because they match her shoes and her accessories perfectly. And yeah, that's the finished look. If you're curious about her makeup, then stay tuned for part 2 and subscribe to my channel.